All right. In the jungle just outside of the castle walls of the Kabir people um, lies Brahm on the ground, several bloody wounds from the great spear lying before Abura.
I'm on my knees, hunched over Brahm's corpse. I have wept into his chest of failure again. I stay hunched.
His body lifeless. The jungle is quiet.
I lay there for moments, minutes.
The creaking of a gate, a loud creaking, a long, loud sound as the gate opens.
I quickly spin my head around, frustrated at my interruption.
Before the slain body of this of the castle guard crawls out, its replacement. Where? Along with it, several Kabir with bows scanning side to side.
In the foliage to the side where I mourn, I quickly begin to dig through the clothing on Brahm's chest looking for his amulet and ripping it off of his neck. Put it into my pack.
On him as well are 2 vials of acid, coin pouch, his sword.
I study the open gate and look out for the Kabir, their corruption, the land behind them, the interior of the structure.
There are 4 Kabir, each with bows. Intelligent enough looking through the gate. Not too much is visible. There are some other Kabir inside the gate, talking amongst themselves.
Holding my shield to my chest, I stand from the brush and yell out to them, I am the killer of whatever your guardian was.
Their attention immediately brought to your direction. They're scanning. They don't respond. That guardian, this one different, missing its arms, lets out a blood-curdling, inhuman sound. The Kabir creep closer. Arrows notched.
I lay low in the brush and begin to inch over along the side, growing closer to the structure.
Roll Dex with advantage.
Neutralized because of the armor. 8.
There's a snap under your foot, and and immediately 4 arrows whiz into your direction. That's 8, 7, 20. One of them launching it, making purchase into your thigh. 1 damage.
I quickly launch back down the side of the temple, the way that we'd come before, in a sprint. Heavy chain cloak rattling and shaking.
Other than your sprinting, it remains quiet.
I continue running to the eventual flank of the back of the temple structure.
Make a dex check.
13.
Footsteps, but they're distant. On this side of the castle, more jungle, no gate or door of any kind on this side. There are a couple of Kabir sentries on top of the wall. Taken aback by your presence, they're notching their arrows.
I make for the trees, the jungle, deeper jungle.
Two arrows fly as you're making your way, but their draw was not fast enough. The foliage gets denser as
I trace the deeper jungle, looking for the long path that was made by the monolith that was dragged out here.
easily visible. The same way you came, the path is there.
Begin following it, retracing my steps.
Minutes pass. No sound of footsteps behind. Jungle swelters.
I continue
No signs of life.
making my way back towards the Kavir village.
The trees give way into the village. The rugged path of the monolith leading back into the center of the square. The village in ruins as it was as you last found it.
My steps all hurried and exhausted The sight of the village makes my entire body decompress. I laugh at the notion under my breath. I look back towards the uh, hut that I had staked a spear in to the side of the ground outside, and look for the young girl that we left here.
Spear is still there. Inside the hut, the young girl's still there, sleeping on the hammock of sorts.
I'll set down my pack and unlatch my sword from my waist and set down my shield and look around.
Um,
My eyes wanting something desperate, my desperate eyes. I sit and take out a few citruses that we collected from the village before.
the arrangements, the various items of the tent are much the same as you left them. Brass urns filled with spices, citruses, bowls of fish. On the girl's cheek is from her lips to her cheek is blood, as well as smeared juices of citruses.
Sitting there in my armor, in my cloak, cross-legged, I get to skin one of the citruses and take a moment to relax and eat and rehydrate.
Fruit is nourishing, refreshing. The girl doesn't so much as stir. The air is still. I can't hear you.
I scoot back against the lining of the tent, my side hitting a tall fetish to some Kabir creature, it not too dissimilar from the monsters that we've seen them manifest. I sigh.
It's four-legged and long-necked. On four legs like an animal, but with hands and head like a man.
The day, after the long day, I begin to just shut my eyes, half a citrus still in my hand, as I take a moment to rest.
It's the hottest part of the day. Evening's approaching. The girl starts to stir. Opens her eyes and is apparently pleased to see you. Gets up immediately.
I smile at her and look, just smiling but forlorn, nodding trying to keep face.
She eyes your wounds. There's a worried look on her face. She gets a mortar and pestle, throws some of the citruses in it.
I let her administer.
She's mashing them, pours some of the spices in there, finishes her concoction, and brings it up to your wounds. Gets out some goop from it and administers on.
Your
Stings
people,
just a bit.
I wince. Your people are such a mystery. You know that? I'm sure you don't.
Her focus hardly unbroken. She looks up at you for a moment and finishes administering.
I shake my head. A deep sigh.
She sets the mortar and pestle down just on the floor, looks up at you, just waiting.
I point to myself and I point outside.
She's looking outside.
I'll do it
Focus.
again and issue towards the horizon, towards the sun, pantomiming the setting of it over the horizon.
She clings onto your leg, speaks a little in her own language, looking up expectantly.
I'll shake my head and point to myself and say, Abura. Abura.
She copies you. Abura.
I'll point to myself as she does. And I'll point to her.
Key.
Key. I'll point to her.
Key.
Key.
Key. She lets go of your leg, steps back.
I stay there, sitting, and still exhausted. I take off my cloak and the upper half of my leather armor and close my eyes again and relax for the remainder or attempted remainder of the day.
Night comes. The tent is empty. It's cooler now. There's the chittering of crickets.
I continue to sit, letting the day pass, lost in thought, weighing my options.
Yeah, the moon overhead now.
I look at the girl and shake my head. I would really, really prefer if your parents showed up. But I guess I can't stop whatever it is that you plan to do tomorrow. Just like you can't me from leaving.
She nods as if understanding, but she opens the tent flap and brings in a bag, sets it on the ground, opens it, pulls out a fresh fish, small one, throws it at you.
I'll consider cooking this tomorrow, thank you. But maybe.
Takes out her own and just starts eating it right there. Night continues on.
The following morning, wrenching myself as the sun rises from where I was sitting, I take a moment with all my stuff laid about and go outside in the sun and limber up, stretching.
It's cool. The air's still still. A bit soggy still somehow, but cool. The sun is up. The girl is gone.
Good, I mutter to myself. And I recollect my things, re-equipping my armor, and collecting a few more of the citruses. I aim back towards the cave that leads to the village.
Roll a wisdom check. It's quiet. Cave entrance easily found.
My hand resting on the hilt of my katana, relaxed. I raise my shield above my head, crossing the precipice of the waterfall.
Protects you. The water glancing off of the armor, bouncing off like steam.
I make my way back towards the forest that was once inhabited by a demon at the Capri.
The leaves have lost their stripes. They're now a pure green. Suddenly, from behind you, 3 arrows at once. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm unprepared.
True. They all glance off of your armor, protecting you.
I spin around.
3 Kabir bowmen in front of the waterfall.
Hand quickly whipping out the sword. I slash at the ground, point my sword at them. I have spared your child. Go back to her. Your people have won. You've killed an ally of mine, and I will bother you no more. I don't care what the brigands of this island do to your people, what you do to them.
They're looking at each other, shrugging. They're a bit shaken. They drop their bows and pull out hand axes and rush toward Apura.
I stand there, blade ready, and as the first one charges towards me, I quickly slash at his belly, bashing the axe above head with my shield.
AC 10.
The bash is too heavy. He flies off to the side, flanking me.
A fit of retribution takes his own swing.
It grinds against the cloak.
Second one comes in with a proficient sweep of his axe for 3 into your side, getting just under the armor. The third isn't able to fit into the melee.
Oh,
They're howling like animals now.
the one that got under my armor, I quickly reverse grip the katana before slamming it into a stab into his body. It whiffs under his underarm. I yell out, "Go back to Key! Key, protect the girl!"
He halts. Wait. He stops his 2 compatriots. He gets off of you. And they're stunned. They stand there.
I'll issue my sword in the direction of the waterfall. Key! Key! Dismissively.
He takes a step back and looks back at the waterfall. They take a few steps back and talk amongst each other for a moment. And then look back at you and nod and run off, grabbing their bows as they go back into the waterfall.
I sheath my sword and follow them.
They're running down the tunnel into the village. They're looking around, ruffling through the piles of bodies laying against a tree, looking around for her, going into tents.
I'll go to the tent that had the spear posted outside of it and point to it. Key! And I'll kind of mimic a sleeping motion and look confused.
They all 3 go inside, look around. It's empty, but the freshly picked fish and the cot and the bowl of medicine.
And I'll show them the wounds and the medicine. Key! And I'll point to my arm and sides.
One of them inspecting you. They're silent for a moment, and then one of them, he makes a gesture, puts his hand out.
Abura, I'm pointing at myself. Abura, help Key. Key, help Abura.
Abura. Reaches out and grabs your forearm. Holds it like such for a moment and lets go.
I'll point to them. I'll point to myself. Bura, and I'll look around. Key, and point to them. Bura, help find Key.
He one goes outside the tent and looks at you, gestures. He's looking around, spinning around, looking everywhere. The other two content to let him do the talking.
Shake my head. I'll wave them down. Be fine. And I'll make my way back out the cave end towards the waterfall.
They're saying to them, they're talking amongst themselves, and they, one of the words they say, Abura, Abura. Waterfall is cold, chilly, reflects off your armor. The jungle, again, the leaves missing their stripes.
Begin to make my way back to town. The long trek.
There's all the familiar posts, including the slain, grafted man along the way, betrayal. The rest of the day passes without event. And there's the river. The moon hangs in the sky. Everything's still, quiet.
I increasingly detached step into the black water, dark water, and begin to cross.
Something grips your ankle when in the center of the river. Roll your strength. Disadvantage. DC 15.
Failure.
Pulled under the water. It's dark.
I take out my sword slowly, and in that same motion, try to cut at the thing that's gripped me.
It's dark, but it wraps around your ankle.
13.
Yeah, you need 11. Go ahead.
7 damage.
It loosens its grip. It squirms around your ankle and retracts. There's motion in the water.
I emerge, being pulled under, tired, frustration, reserved for other things, and continue to the other side of the river.
Multiple tentacles lash out of the water toward you. Trying to get a grip around you, but squirming around your armor, trying to find a hold.
I'll swing out at these tentacles with my sword in a cleaving motion.
Yep.
For 9 damage.
The tentacles cut off completely. Black blood squirting into the night sky and dripping back onto the surface of the river. It retracts once more, splashing of water and blood everywhere.
I reel back, my body, my back bending backwards slightly as my exhausted, just complete arrogance mixed with exhaustion. Know when you're beaten, beast. The only sign of a stupid one. And I'll turn back and continue down.
Splashing dies down and stops. Yeah.
Coming to the other side, I pulled myself up from the river. With a sigh, wiping off my blade, some leaves. I keep the sheath unlatched from its side, holding it with the blade, just letting the water drip out of it as I continue down the trek.
The moon hangs high. In a half moon shape. Fatigue is hinting at you. The journey's long. The rest of the night is clear.
I continue trekking, exhaustion getting the better of me. Complete, just kind of sputtering various curses towards the jungle under my breath. Not trusting, not wanting to exit as soon as possible.
Roll wisdom disadvantage. DC 15.
Fail. My head is cloudy.
Something catches under your foot, causing you to fall onto the ground.
I let go of my already loose grip on the sheath so that my full grip can be on the katana, and look back at what's knocked me over.
Under the dim moonlight, looks like there's a smoldering, not lit, but smoldering campfire. There's a tent obscured by leafage.
Examine my foot. Check
Seems
for
fine.
trap.
It's fine.
Stand up. Sheathing my sword in its dried sheath. Dried scabbard. Idiots are camping out here. I'll make my way towards this camp.
It's a small, lone tent, just big enough for one person to sleep in.
Sword in hand. Sword in hand, I inspect the tent, the inside.
It's a single grown man, long hair, too dark to tell anything else. Asleep.
My grip on the sword tightens as I put it back in its scabbard. I take a moment to breathe, dismissing what thoughts I might have had. And sit in the cold night in front of the smoldering fire.
It's a breeze. The exhaustion biting at the edges of your mind.
Take a moment to keep my eyes shut and just use this moment, this clearing this man has made, till the exhaustion overcomes me and I lay back. Falling asleep.
There's a poking at your chest. Something sharp.
Wake up.
Before you stands the exile, Frankie, holding his sword, pointing at you. Rise and shine.
Frankie, I'm glad that you didn't forget our very brief meeting.
Abura, I do remember you. But
Why are you out here?
I could ask you the same, sleeping in my camp.
You'll have to forgive me, my better judgment overcame me last night.
Judgment.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to sleep in this place for another or be in this place for another moment, but your camp is such a reminder of civilization. I'll answer your question though. I am out here. I came out here to find allies for the Calrissians that will no doubt want to conquer this island.
He finally pulls his sword back away from you, sets it in the ground beside him. Looking for allies, you said?
Yes. There was a tribe of natives that I thought to accompany me in the defense of their home. But these natives turned out to be significantly more profane and dangerous than I could have imagined.
I see.
Why are you out here?
Been keeping to myself, to be honest. Not sure what my next step is. You said allies to fight the Calrissians or aid them?
To fight them. Are they not the invading force? Brahm, the other man, mentioned being of Yaltu, did he not?
His eyes, a strange look to them. I remember, yes.
Are you
Yes, the Calrissians.
allies to them?
No. I serve myself.
Suppose so do I
He
now.
he does wear the garb of an exile. What did you say, Abura?
I suppose I also work for myself now. I will be honest with you, kind of relaxing my arm on my leg, sitting cross-legged. I don't know how to proceed. I thought that the natives could be of aid, but it turns out that the biggest enemy is communication.
That makes two of us. Not sure what to do myself. He sheathes his blade, opens his tent where your katana and shield are in, picks him up.
Thank you. I
Hands them back to you.
taking my gear. In all truthful, I know nothing of the Yeltu, nor the Calrissians, nor do I care all that much.
Nor do I.
If anything, my only stake in that little battle was Brahm, but he is no longer in the picture.
I remember that battle. You lot and the exiles burned down the tavern. I remember. After that fight, I wanted nothing to do with it. If I can get rich, or if I can get off this forsaken island, that's all I care about.
I don't believe that Yeltu will be visiting anytime soon, based off of what communication Brahm had gotten. Where I'm currently sitting, the best chance for survival would likely be proving strength to the Calrissians.
Makes no difference to me. If an enemy stands before me, I will slay him. But if you say the Calrissians can be our ally, then, or your ally, then I say go for it.
The only thing I know is what I've observed, and they're brigands. They're going to want to show strength.
He starts packing up his camp. Oh, and how do you propose to do that?
Not sure. However, it is that they decide to test would be allies of theirs, whether it's a duel or slaying of a monster, there'd be no issue.
A duel? He grins to himself. Still packing. He finishes up packing his camp. There's not much to it to pack. Well, Will you be off then?
Yes. I will go back to Dagger Ridge. I will wait there. If you and your adventurers out here in the jungle are able to find anything worthwhile, or if you're able to find Carisians, then please come find me, and I will pay you for it. But I will wait for them to come to me. Or, I should say, raid Dagger Ridge again.
I found no such thing. Damn it. Let me go with you. I'll be a sword.
Fine.
Just wait one moment. I just need a few minutes.
It's fine.
He goes deeper into the jungle. Away from Dagger Ridge. After a few minutes, he comes back, his skin gray and cracked like stone. I'm ready.
I nod, taking note of his skin again, and turn back to towards Dagger Ridge. Make my way.
Follows alongside. Journey back is long, eventless, hot. Jungle opens up to Dagger Ridge.
I will help these people where I can. But if what I suspect is true, their end will come.
Will we find Calrissians here?
Spies, maybe? I don't know how vocal they are, what their intentions are. But buildings still stand here, so there will no doubt be people trying to come to this port, at least on occasion.
You know, he looks down at his garb. I think I'll need a change of clothes. I'll see what I can find in town, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Walks off into town.
I'll be sure to find you if I intend to venture out. I follow shortly behind.